All right, I think we're live. So, this is a reading for the Lightworkers. I've been wanting to share my content with you guys that I put on Patreon without having you guys go to subscribe to Patreon. So, everybody who's a subscriber on YouTube and on Patreon will actually get this after my group, The Goddess Effect. So, I'm trying this out. This is a Lightworkers reading. So if you feel you're a light worker, you feel like you may be called to be a light worker, or you're just trying to figure out what your gifts are trying to show you, what your gifts are trying to show you, where you're trying to be aligned with. This reading may have a message for you. All right, so I'm gonna shuffle this deck really good. I haven't used this deck in quite some time, but I used it in a pull card by myself recently, and I was glad that I did. So I've been thinking about doing a reading like this for a while. Ooh, okay. So we have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth is happening. This is so very true. Very, very on point. I'm going to read this card, of course. I have a bunch of decks in front of me. I don't know that I'll use all of them, but I'll see what Spirit guides me to use. Any other cards for the collective? The Lightworkers. Two cards came out. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries and play? Have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. I know these cards resonate with me. This is boundaries. And look at all those people like tugging on her energy. That's what it feels like to me. And then, like you can see the chakra, I guess, well, not technically chakras, but these light points of energy lining up down the center of her body. So, boundaries, play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So I definitely think this is what is going to allow you to connect to your gifts. And I'm about to say, get out of this funk, and I'm talking to myself when I say that. Lemuria. Let's read this. I think it's actually way in the back. Yep, Lemuria. Lemuria, or Mu, is one of Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth. A time before we kicked out the garden. Oh, hold on. A time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal and were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us. And the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who are at a soul level who at a soul level are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this, because it's hard and motherfuckers don't appreciate it if we're just being honest. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs of the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you are truly not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes to this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that they are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you're doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. Work your light transmission. Hold this card to your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria, and and believe that heaven can really be a place on earth. So I love that. Boundaries, and I'm channeling messages and putting pieces together while I read, so forgive me. But I realized why boundaries came out, because as you are called to hold this frequency, those who are not holding the frequency are likely the ones that you have to have boundaries with. And, you know, that's a thing. That's a whole thing. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? You are being called to create clear boundaries in your work life. I feel attacked. Um, oh, I said work life. I read work because it's underneath that. Honestly, the lighting is low so I can see the cards, so you guys can see the cards, but it makes it hard for me to see this. Anyway, you're being called to create clear boundaries in your life. This could be with your friends, family, or work. Saying yes when you really mean no leads to resentment, which is the biggest energy drain ever. At first, it might only be a little bit, not feeling like a big deal, but before you know it, your energy field comes porous and you are left feeling depleted, resentful, or taken advantage of. Saying no and having clear boundaries is actually a spiritual act. The most giving, loving, compassionate people are those are those with the clearest boundaries. When they say yes, they are able to give unconditionally. When your boundaries are clear, others know where they stand and you are able to give freely. If you are not clear where your boundaries lie, this causes confusion, resentment, and energetic cords to be planted. If you are saying yes when you really mean no, you are likely needing something yourself. Ask yourself, what part of me needs something from them? It could be the need for approval, fear of being a certain way, or a fear of loss. The best way to gauge your boundaries is to check in with your belly. Your belly is your second brain. It has the intelligence known as your gut feelings. Tune into this space when deciding what is okay for you. How does it feel? What is it trying to communicate with you? Where's your life? Oh, I'm sorry. The work your life inquiry for this card. Where in your life do you need to establish better boundaries? It asks that on the card, so officially said it 3 times. So maybe this is a journaling activity for some of us to participate in. I know it's become very clear for me, which is kind of what led me to do this reading, because I know that when I experience something, there's only a matter of time before others start experiencing it too. So play. Ooh, my nails look like trash. Let's ignore that. Stop taking life so seriously. Your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will follow. Take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. You are being called to rest and play and learn to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh. The best medicine around. Call up a friend that you can be silly with. Take your inner child on a date. The more you switch off your mind, the more room Spirit has to whisper and guide. When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and right hemispheres of the brain begin talking to each other. Make play a compulsory part of your day. Schedule it. Spend more time doing things just because you love to do them. Just because they bring you joy and light you up. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. When you are lit up, you are in your spirit. And when you are in your spirit, when you are in your spirit, you fall into flow with life. How do you play? What do you have fun with? What lights you up? If you have been working hard lately, it's time to celebrate how far you have come. All that you've achieved. Don't rush on to the next thing. Take a moment to throw a party, go on vacation, and have some fun. The work your life action is have more fun, play more, celebrate your achievements. Okay. Like we're already 10 minutes in and I wanted this to kind of be a quick reading. I'm going to pull some Kipper deck cards because I just want to see the nature of some of these. Oh, the card came out already. Coffin, something's over with, finalized, and done. Something is done. Coffin signifies something being like nailed shut, over with, the finalization of something. It can be like an ending. It's kind of like the death card in tarot for me, a little bit. Main female, so this could be concerning a female in your life or you. I feel like for most of you, this is you. I know a lot of my viewers are female, but most of the people who are going to see this reading, I feel like this is you. And if not, it's somebody you're dealing with, possibly a friend. It's a young person, probably someone around your same age. Or it could be like a niece, a cousin, a friend, a peer of some sort, co-worker even. Any other cards for the collective? Thank you. All these cards came out in the reverse too. Well, not coffin, but they don't have a reversal meaning, but I still take that energy into consideration. Marriage came out, so this is something that's a bond, a pair, a union. And it could have been like an official bond or some type of commitment between a man and a woman or between two friends. Somebody could be, there could be a marriage that's kind of falling apart or that's over, that's done. Coffin here, I'm going to look at coffin just quickly because it's, there's some keywords in here. So it depends heavily on the cards around it. So we have main, female, and marriage. So somebody's relationship is probably over. Their marriage, their commitment, something you bonded to. It could be some type of business arrangement. We're gonna pull tarot cards on this too. So something's over though, and it represents a box, a trunk, drawer, chest, or something closed. Abstractly, it refers to what is nailed shut, over, finished, done, and final. Whatever it is behind you now. It could have been like there was an outside person in the relationship, and it's like, okay, we're just gonna put that past us. This is over with. This could have been some type of affair or something. I'm just giving different variations of what it could possibly be. When other challenging cards are near, consider anger, rage, destruction, and malice as a possibility. So somebody could be meddling into your relationship or something. I don't feel that so much. I feel like there's a situation between either two people or three people that I feel like the outside party in somebody's relationship is possibly a thing. Maybe somebody had a long-term affair and now it's over, or the marriage is over, or both. Or this is a commitment type of relationship between two people. This main female could be you, or it could be somebody else that you're dealing with. So whatever it is, it's over, it's done. It could be a job. Somebody could be retiring. So maybe you had a contract that's just up, it's due. You know, you're fulfilling your contract and now you're moving on. It's time to say goodbye now. It says this could concern all areas of life, a relationship that has ended, or retirement from your job. Accept the transition, even if it is hard. Adjust to changes in your life. This card means an ending. The timing generally depends on the placement, but it can represent a dark time, night, or winter. So something could be ending come the winter time, or at night. You know, something could be the reason it ends. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot cards to elaborate on this spread. I want to look at main female first, to be quite honest. And maybe somebody's established some type of boundary, and that's why something is ending. Show me main female. I need to adjust this chair, this stool, so I don't slouch. High Priestess. You know exactly who this is, what it's about, even if it's not like very apparent right now. When the time comes, you'll know. You have all the answers. There could be some secrets too that somebody's holding, that somebody's keeping. This person, this female, female could be the High Priestess. This could be you, the light worker, the one with, in tune with your psychic abilities. There could be some secrets. Both of these cards are number 2, by the way. One more for main female. Somebody knows. There's either some secrets that somebody is holding, or and maybe there's some receipt there. Ooh. Maybe there's an inner knowing that you have that is kind of kept secret, or that you keep it to yourself because maybe others won't understand. But maybe you know about some type of deceit. Somebody's trying to play you or get away with something. And look, 2 swords left behind, those tools, There's a higher knowing. There's an inner knowing about whoever this is, if it's you or if it's somebody else, what this person is up to. There's some deceit, some deception, some lying, something. If there's cheating or Um, Scheming, plotting, trying to get away with something, or just being dishonest, leaving things kind of messy. You're knowing about it. You're clear about it. Show me marriage, please. The Three of Wands just somersaulted and flew way over here. Three of Wands. So you're waiting on something. You're waiting on someone, maybe waiting on a husband, waiting on, and this could be like, these stories could be unrelated, completely unrelated. So it doesn't matter if they don't make sense. It could just, I could be picking up on all kind of different stories. It just happens like that sometimes. So anyway, 2 threes, yet again, these synchronicities are not to be, I love that it's coming up in the Lightworker reading too. They're not to be like brushed off. These synchronicities definitely matter. So with the Three of Wands, you're waiting for something, either waiting on someone. You could be waiting on someone to fess up, to come clean about something that they've been up to. Show me more about the marriage card. Thank you. The Empress. Somebody. Okay, so I feel like some of you, I felt this in the beginning, but I wasn't sure. Somebody's waiting on a wife. So this could be a homosexual couple. Somebody's waiting on a wife, either man is or woman, or waiting on the birth of something. This could also be creativity. This represents kind of, I'm getting sexual energy from this too, but this is kind of like this play card. I feel like it resonates with that. Another 3. Listen. Another 3. And y'all, this card slid out so smooth. Okay, Spirit, I see you. But this is creativity. Maybe you're waiting on inspiration. Maybe you're waiting on something to be created, something to be formed. The Empress is very sensual and beautiful energy. It's a divine feminine energy. So maybe somebody's waiting on their divine feminine counterpart, or has expectations of something. I know, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's pull the Three of Wands, because maybe it's not a waiting energy. I feel like it is, but maybe I'm misinterpreting something. Show me Three of Wands. Three of Wands, please. The Page of Swords showed itself. I feel the need to show you guys that card, but I'm not going to keep it. So maybe you need to ask questions about something, inquire about something, or be open-minded about something. The Five of Wands came out in the reverse over the Seven of Swans. Seven of Swans? What, child? Seven of Swords. Now, the Five of Wands reverse is giving me trying to make amends vibes, like, oh, I fucked something up, or there was a fight or disagreement or argument or something, and maybe now somebody's trying to make up for it, like they did something shady, and now they're trying to make amends. You could be waiting on like some type of apology from somebody. I'm not taking these cards, it's too many. Show me Three of Wands. Thank you. Six of Cups. Yeah, you could be waiting on, this could be a friendship. Anticipating some type of love and generosity, an exchange of love, of reciprocity that brings you this nostalgic feeling. And it could involve another woman. The Six of Cups. I don't know, maybe some of you are coming out or exploring your sexuality, realizing you like women. Or you already know you like women and you're just waiting on that special divine feminine, or you're waiting on this energy to be birthed within you. You're remembering some, maybe like how you used to tap into your natural divine feminine energy, or someone from your childhood could be coming back around. Maybe you're anticipating that, you know that. More about Three of Wands. Temperance showed itself, but it didn't come out. Three of Wands, please. Okay. All right, Empress. Show me the Empress, please. Thank you. The Magician and the Queen of Wands. Yes, somebody's trying to manifest a girlfriend, or maybe this could be a sexual partner too, Queen of Wands here. But I feel like it's definitely more than that, because we have the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Queen of Wands. So there's some sexy energy here. And maybe this is just creative feminine energy that you're trying to manifest a sisterhood or friendship, genuine friendship of a higher vibration. I feel like there is a romance that's sought for as well with marriage here. Queen of Wands is just a spicy, sexy energy. And I felt very called to use the Modern Witch deck. And there's all women in this deck. I felt very, very called to use this deck. I had to go get it out my bag. And I have two versions. I have the big cards and the mini deck. And this one's just easier to shuffle. I definitely felt called to use it. So there could be a lesbianism story happening here. For some of you, it doesn't have to be. For the rest of you, it could be like a sisterhood that you're seeking after. Or friendship, genuine friendship. Maybe you just want more friends who are spiritual, who understand the things that you talk about and that you're learning and that you're interested in. By the way, if you comment and you're watching live, I don't think that I can see some comments. Can't post comments from certain destinations. I don't know if it's just not going to show me. I can see it, of course, when I go back into the group, but with marriage being here, I feel like this is just bonds. Even if it's not a literal marriage, it's a bond. It could be a soul contract. It could be a soulmate. It could just be a strong tie between two people, or some type of contract or understanding, or a pact of some type. But maybe somebody's trying to manifest a lover, a fling, a girlfriend, a mistress, because we got some shady energy with the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands reverse. Main female being here. I think this is just bonds though. Bonds in general. So let's move on. Let's look at Coffin. Or show me the High Priestess. Show me what the High Priestess knows. Two of Cups, all these damn twos, y'all. I clarified this card, main female, number 2. The High Priestess came out, and then the Two of Cups. Somebody's trying to sneak though, like they're trying to sneak and do something. Something is shady, sneaky, like doing something that, and it's like either you're rushing or you're sneaky, but there's some type of planning, plotting, scheming trying to take place for two people to come together. And this could just be a platonic relationship, but I'm getting some love vibes. Maybe I need to pull my love oracle cards out. But it's coming together. It's a balance of energy in an emotional state. So let's just leave it at that. Anything else for the Two of Wands? The Lover showed itself. The Lover is courage. The Strength card, which is giving me courage, and the Nine of Pentacles. So I think somebody is trying to manifest a relationship, being single to having someone, a lover. Show me the Seven of Swords. Flip that back over. Seven of Swords, please, very quickly. Thank you. Knight of Swords. So maybe somebody said something or rushed and did something that This feels impulsive, like rushing, like having a thought and acting on it immediately before you even think it out, plan it out, or saying something that just comes across your mind. It feels a little impulsive. It feels like very quick, very maybe aggressive. It could be taken the wrong way because you didn't plan it out or think it through well. And it could have other people pissed off at you where you have to like come back and make amends for something with the 5 of Wands, because it can like stir people up. Maybe it's pissing people off or whatever it is. It's triggering people some kind of way. So I'm not saying draw back, but yes, be honest, but maybe not be so blunt or just out of the blue with it. Let's look at Coffin. See what's over. Because in the beginning, there could have been like some type of affair, some outside person. Maybe somebody was in a relationship or a marriage or some type of commitment, and there was something else going on outside. We have the Death card, the Tower card, and the Ace of Cups. Damn, y'all, this reading is intense. This reading is intense. Now, the Death card does feel a lot like Coffin to me. I mentioned that. So something is changing and transforming. The door is shutting. Something is over, and you're realizing that the foundation was faulty. It may have happened in a very detrimental or dramatic way, but it ushers in new love. It ushers in a full cup, and the Ace of Cups was my card for this week. So whatever it is, something goes to shit within this transformation, or it could just be a very hard transition. That's funny. I was just reading a text message that was very distracting. I'm sorry. There's some type of transformation that's taking place. The Tower card, though, I think the Tower card is maybe the potential for what could happen if you don't embrace the change and just allow it to take place. Let's look at the Tower a little deeper. There could be something dramatic that takes place, though. Or this change or transformation could just happen in a very dramatic way. Show me the Tower. Clear messages, please. Let me give it a quick shuffle. These cards are still pretty new, so they like to stick together a little bit. 5 of Pentacles. Like, so maybe you feel neglected, and maybe it's just shocking. I know how this reading relates to me. It's a lash, an eyelash stuck to my lip. 5 of Pentacles can feel like neglect, being left out in the cold, not having something, or lack mentality. And this could inspire you, though. With the Ace of Wands coming out, sorry, I'm like, my lashes are so wild. So this could inspire you. Again, this is a transformative energy with the Ace of Wands, because this means the birth of something, the transformation within something, or a spark, an idea. Not so much an idea, but a feeling, a nudge. It could be some spiritual insight where all of a sudden you're inspired to do something, or you're inspired to go offer love to people that feel more, who are like reciprocal relationships. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. The world. Something's definitely ending over. There's been a lesson learned. You've been inspired, though. So maybe you're transmuting the energy of the situation and using it for your next chapter. The Fool was on the bottom of the deck when I first pulled this card out, and it was speaking to me. And I kept using it to test out the lighting to make sure when I show the cards that you guys can see them. And I definitely felt like that was indicative of something important. I'm going to pull a crystal card, or a few crystal cards. I'm going to pull one of these Wisdom of the Oracle cards for advice or guidance. And y'all, this deck has 3 different meanings. So I am going to read all three of them, or especially the relationship one. I definitely know I should read the relationship one. Any advice for the collective based on this thread? Somebody, ooh. Orphaned. The Five of Pentacles. Somebody may have been abandoned, maybe have abandonment issues or trauma surrounding abandonment. I don't want to say issues. It sounds so blah, dismissive. So Clean It Up, A Leg Up, and Orphan came out. You want to really read all three definitions or descriptions, but let's see how quickly I can get through them, because this is A Leg Up and Orphan. I definitely want to read Orphan, especially with the Five of Pentacles coming out. There's definitely changes taking place, transformation. Maybe it's just a really rough time. Again, number 5. You can't really see it on this card, but I was looking at it, made me think of the Five of Pentacles, which is also 5. And then I said, oh, the Five of Wands also. So plenty of synchronicities taking place here. But I feel like you are trying to manifest a new start, reinvent yourself with the Magician and the Queen of Wands. Maybe you're trying to reconnect to your intuition, your fiery energy, your creative energy, your sexuality, your sensuality, your beauty. Maybe this is all within yourself. This could also be that you're trying to connect with other women or other beings who embody this divine feminine energy as well. Just to establish genuine friendships and connections and inspiration from other people who are also creative. All right, so let's look at these cards. Orphaned is going to be the first card, so I'm going to read this one first. And they're all kind of not really out of order. I have the PDF version of this, so it's tricky. I wish I had the book. And it's like I almost didn't buy this deck because of that, but I'll pass it up. It's okay. We're here now, and it's a really great deck, so it's worth it. All right, Orphan. A sense of loss and identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, y'all. Remember the first card of this was Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. You're going to feel uncomfortable because we have to create this new world. And I feel like that rejection is happening to push us and force us into doing us instead of looking at others like, oh, I don't wish I could do that, or that don't really vibe with me, but y'all look like y'all having fun, and that's cool for y'all, but I gotta do me. And then it's like you feel that disconnect. I know I can relate to this, and I had a situation where I'll go into the Goddess Effect separately and talk about it after this reading, but I had a situation recently where I realized a friend that I thought was a friend wasn't a friend. And it made me feel all of these things, but it's like I kind of have gotten over feeling like that in other situations. So it wasn't a surprise. And I was also just like, whatever, it hurts, but I'll be all right. Because when we create this new world, y'all going to be the ones who don't fit in. So it sucks now, but it's going to suck for you later. And on that note, Ashe. So yes. We are creating a new world, so you don't fit into this world that's played out, that's shitty, that's full of shitty people. So the Oracle's message, we all are meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger group. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential for your well-being. The issue at hand is needing to find where you fit. I was about to say fit in. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others or with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. Relationship message. Okay, there's a relationship message and a prosperity message. So I will read all three. That's it, right? Oh no, there's a protection message. Okay, I gotta read all three. At least for this card. As you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing you what you deserve. Perhaps you're drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Yeah, this is just summarizing what I said earlier in a much better way. It's like you're shifting, you're growing apart from certain people. When you're growing at a faster rate than others, you will outgrow each other when your frequency no longer matches. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs. So you feel left out, and maybe to get that intimate place of safety. Unable to get that intimate place of safety and belonging. And maybe you're trying to manifest situations. Maybe you're trying to be creative to get yourself to feel this Queen of Wands and Empress energy. So maybe like you are an Empress, but this situation is like kind of knocking you down a few notches and making you feel like a Queen of Wands. So you need a situation or environment that's going to allow you to thrive in your true nature. Take heart of spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the right direction of those who accept you as you are without atrophies or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. And I think that's kind of like you'll know who's genuine and who's not. You'll know who you can trust and who you can give your love to based on what they're willing to give you back. The prosperity message is this card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You're not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world. These must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think will sell or perceive they want. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you'll experience prosperity. The shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you need to feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed to make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world. You claim yourself as whole. If you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect with others in a healthy way once you realize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you, let it in, or let it. So yeah, so I think the High Priestess is here. When it's time to move on and merge with other people, you will know. You will know as the main feminine energy, regardless of gender, male or female. We all started as female in the womb. So we have a leg up and dang, the other card got buried. And on my picking up cards, clean it up. I'm going to just read them in order so that it's easier to find them in the guidebook. 21, break it down to 3. I'm going to do the crystals last, clean it up. Essential meanings: getting to the core of a situation, freedom from a burden, cleaning house, sweeping away what is no longer needed. It's just like letting things go. The Oracle's message: ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk you can't think straight? You could be surrounded by physical clutter in your home. Could you be? Too much work, overwhelmed, time to clean your house. Time to clean house. Every item out of place natters away at you. Unresolved resentment, even comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack, takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds to an unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself by energetically cleaning house. Just do it. Make room for miracles that are lining up for you. The relationship message is time to clear the air. Look at your side of the street and say what's on your mind. Sweep away old stuff so that spring breeze can flow through with new energy. It's a perfect time to be in to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours. To clean up your relationship, everyone brings some baggage. Sort through what you brought and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. Prosperity message. Some things like opening your mail, paying your bills, sorting out your timeable making list, or getting organized is what this symbol means when it comes to your work. Take time for yourself too. This card may be a sign. You may be overburdened and overwhelmed. It's okay to say no. You'll prosper even more if you do. Protection message. It's possible to be focusing too much on other people right now. Is it possible? Trying too hard to help, to be helpful, just taking on what others. Just taking on what belongs to others make you feel needed or desired. Perhaps you think it's your calling to relieve people of their burdens, but what is it? What is the cost to you and to them? Don't clean up someone else's side of the street. You're not helping by freeing him or her of responsibility. You're also not doing yourself any favors. And you just might be adding an even greater strain. You are loved as you are. You don't need to be needed to be loved. Well, there's a message for me here, if no one else. A leg up. And I'm like, I've already been affirming this to myself. So this is just confirmation for me. And it's helpful it helps me not focus on it anymore, because it's like, nope, that don't matter. Do you? And that's how I've been saying. And it's just like, hey, FYI, I'm not doing this no more for y'all. A leg up. Essential meetings, receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. You come to the point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align you. Listen, that's what this is about. Coming together with like-minded individuals and souls that bring reciprocity. And once you let this old situation go and clear up the clutter, this new situation can come in. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align you with, who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept the aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. And it's like finding your vibe where you can be you. Y'all don't have to be carbon copies of each other. You can be you. There's no clashing. There's no scheming. There's no plotting. There's no arguments. None of this shit. All right. You come together and you can create. You can just be bomb, beautiful, and creative together and manifest whatever the fuck you want. Everybody can play their part. Everybody can do their specialty, and it's like everybody's special. Nobody has to pretend to be one thing just to be loved, just to be liked and accepted. Relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs. To ask them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind though. Ask and it is given. The prosperity message. Now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It will also be the case that your endeavors have grown and that you are in a position where you can't do it all yourself anymore. It may also be, you can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trusted help is available, and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so that you can take steps toward your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time. So as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith, I love that. I needed that too. because I'm like, I need to hire people. I need a team now. I need at least like 1 or 2 people who I can delegate tasks to so that I can move a lot faster. Because if I'm going to do more for people, I can't just do it all myself. I can't. I just can't. I need a team. Are you always, protection method, are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going it alone need to be discarded as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good. For you to have a lesson, for you have a lesson to learn. Again, the world card. You're gonna learn it, you're gonna be inspired, and it's gonna bring fruitfulness and abundance. It's gonna birth plenty of goodness and love. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed at how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Oh wait, I skipped a part. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations. All right, we got 3 crystals here: turquoise, smoky quartz, and meteorite. Tektite. Just kidding, tektite. All right, my nose is itching, so this reading must be on point, Lord. All right, turquoise. I knew this reading was going to end up long because of the wisdom of the oracle. I intended on reading just 1 card, but 3 literally came out, so whatever. Turquoise has been rocked by humans longer than almost anything. I'm not going to read all that. Who needs it? Anyone whose voice has gone AWOL. So that could be like why this energy is here. Of just kind of like being blunt, not thinking before you speak. Maybe you haven't been in a position where you feel confident using your voice, so it comes out wrong when you do. And it can start fights or just piss people off or make people uncomfortable. You have to go back and retract what you said or clarify what you meant. Or you have to come back and I don't know, just make up after things have been kind of harsh or spicy, for lack of a better adjective. Where to put it, set in sterling silver rings, big old belt buckles, and bolo ties on the podium, open mic night, wherever else you need to speak up or speak out. When to use it: when you feel disconnected from the things that make you human. When you've got something to express, get it out with turquoise. Speak your truth. All right, smoky quartz. It says here, clarity-inducing vibes of clear stones with the protective of do not cross over this line vibes of black ones. Who needs it? Glass half empty type, space cadets. So if you have a pessimistic view on people or things based on a certain situation, because I can be like that sometimes. And I know it's not all people. I know it's just some people. And I just have to do better at setting boundaries and using my intuition to recognize these people from the beginning and not give them any more chances. And that's kind of like why I was inspired to do this reading, because that's exactly like everything in this reading is exactly the path I was on after that situation happened. It was like I had an instant shadow work moment. And I think I'm going to film while it's fresh, because after a day or 2, I don't care no more and I don't want to talk about the shit no more. So I think I'm going to film a shadow work demonstration video on that as well. That'll be on Patreon. So it says where to put it: on a chain around your neck, hidden in your pocket, wherever you feel, where you're certain to find difficult people in your path, family dinner tables, conference rooms, subway cars. When to use it: when you fall prey to emotional vampires, when you're just too spacey and can't even, when you're embarking on a spiritual journey or a journey to pick up your dry cleaning. Extra points if you're thinking, what's the difference? Arm your spiritual warrior. And that's why I feel like sometimes I can take life too seriously, so I do need to go play often and more. But also, you know how if you're an artist, you can't create when there's some weird energy in the room? That's kind of how I feel. There's too many inauthentic people in my vicinity, and I have to get them out. And there's a simultaneous way of that happening. Me being more authentic in myself, and then me also ignoring them, like them ceasing to exist so that I can kind of focus. I need them to go away, but even if they don't physically go away, I need the illusion of them to no longer be there. If that makes sense. So we have to create this world for ourselves so that we can thrive in our creativity, instead of looking for acceptance and love from people who are not capable of giving it to us. Tech type describes any natural glass formed as a result of meteor impacts with our blue planet. Modern scientists deems this stone's extraterrestrial composition of this Earth, but believers and ancient astronauts have other theories. Who needs it? I hail from the star and Orion's belt people, those currently overburdened by resentments. Y'all, I love how on point these readings be, all the cards be connecting, all the different decks. Who needs it? I read that. Where to put it? On your UFO landing pad or beside your meditation cushion. When to use it? When gravity feels extra heavy and it's time to initiate launch sequence blast off. When you're bored with life and you want to expand your intergalactic horizons, raise your vibration. Love that. It's time to level the fuck up. And then we got Tibetan black quartz right on top. And carnelian. Carnelian sacral chakra crystal, great for creativity. I'm going to read one more card, self-care card, to end this reading. Just one. Although if another one comes out, I may not read the description from the book. I meant to paraphrase it. Can we get a self-care card for the collective, please? Look at where Pluto is transiting in your chart in Capricorn. Whatever house you have Pluto in. So if you're rising Capricorn, you likely have this transit taking place in your first house. It may happen in your second house, where Pluto is, because it's like 20. We were just talking about this morning. 24 degrees Pluto in Capricorn. 24 degrees Capricorn. Intuition, love it. Intuition, card 28. Breaking down to 10, which is indicative of new beginnings, fresh starts, newness, endings, and new beginnings. So intuition. Okay, mantra. I listen to my intuition as it leads me on my highest path. Intuition is the insight that comes before thought, and without knowing, it is an innate knowledge of what is and align with our highest good. It is the energy of the universe that directs us on our path, nudging us toward the choices that will fuel our growth. Intuition resides within the heart and goes beyond logic or reason. Its messages are shared without judgments or need to be defined. Reinforce intuition's essential role in maintaining your well-being and connection to the spiritual realm by listening to it and acting upon it regularly. Keep track of when you receive an intuitive message and how often it turns out to be right, either by making a mental note or writing it down. As soon as you notice the trend of intuition as a guiding force, you'll come to trust it more and more. Journal prompt: recall a time when you intuitively knew something was a bad idea, but ignored your intuition. How can you learn from this experience? I love that. I want to type that in, but it's going to take too much time. But anyway, I'm going to definitely put that in the group for sure. So it's about following the intuition and letting your intuition guide you to the next step. I hope that this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for watching it, especially if you watched the whole thing. I appreciate you. Hopefully there was something for you to take away if it resonated with you. Please like, comment, and you can share when it's on YouTube, when it's public on YouTube, which will probably be sometime next week. Again, thank you so much for being here. Take the parts that resonate, leave what doesn't. Ultimately, it's about connecting with more genuine people and having bonds, long-term contracts or bonds, commitments with people who are providing you with genuine love, like that nostalgic love that like children do, and inspire you to be creative and be your authentic self, that your inner child can feel comfortable with. I think that's kind of what that Six of Cups is about. So thank you again. Until next time, peace, love, and light.